All right, everybody, it's Golf DMV. Always happy to have LB and Vern to talk a little bit of golf. We got some DP World Tour. We got Live. We got PGA Tour, Pebble. We got Collin Morikawa. We got a baby announcement with Collin Morikawa coming up. And so first, just a general welfare check on you guys. Vern, how you doing? LB, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Just like you said, trying to get through the cold, and I'm glad we got to that little blockade where everyone was in the house for weeks with the kids. Everybody's back in school, and looks like we're in the clear. But no, I'm well. How are you?
Yeah, I am okay. I'm actually disappointed with the weather because I had just bought 2 weeks ago
Mhm.
when there was snow everywhere. I bought snow tubing tickets for Liberty.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And then the weather changed and now it's spring and all the snow melted.
All right, so it's got a little bit of disappointment there with LB. So let's jump into the golf. I want to start with Pebble, where Collin Morikawa wins. Vern sent an interesting text saying, who do you guys think is going to take it all? And you sent it towards the end
Yeah,
of
with
the
maybe
final
like
round,
maybe like
where it
11
was
holes to
still
go.
up in play.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, you had names like, of course, Scheffler, Fleetwood, Morikawa, Akshay was up
Fleetwood.
there.
I
Yeah,
basically took a picture. For those who don't know, you know how they have the little leaderboard at the bottom. It was crowded, and it's like I don't know, maybe 7 names on there. And I just took a picture of it on the screen and said, who takes it from the names on this list, or is it somebody not shown?
right. And I can't forget who said Morikawa doesn't have it. Somebody on the text
Me,
said it.
me. I was
Yeah.
one. I
Oh,
was. I was.
yeah.
I have an apology
Yeah.
queued up. No, no. For those. So just you get to it, but like, as I'm like looking at who's gonna do it. I think we had one vote for Sivu, which
Hmm.
was from Wendell, which was pretty close. Wasn't bad. I did feel dumb for not saying Scheffler for as close as he got. I was like, if he wins, I'm just gonna feel like an idiot. But I said Morikawa. Like I didn't say anything bad about Morikawa until I saw him chip short. He did have a double chip, but he scrambled and made par. But when I saw the chip, I was just like, he's doing it again. And I
Yeah,
and I was like,
Yeah.
he's not going to win. And I'm loud wrong, and I have to apologize to the Morikawa family.
Yeah. I thought it was more people that didn't have any faith in Colin
Oh
than,
yeah,
than
yeah.
just you. I thought it was.
Well, because I feel like Vern was vocal about it. I feel like somebody else said Collins not going to get it, but everyone who responded to it, no one said
No,
Collins going to get this one.
no.
And
Right.
so I
Yeah.
think, like LB saying, by default, nobody thought thought he was going to lock it in, but he did, and good for him. I didn't know it had been so
It
long
had been a
since
minute.
Yeah.
Collins
Oh
had won a
yeah.
tournament because,
Hmm.
and I didn't know he only won seven. But it does make sense. I think it feels like yeah, he's only won seven, but I thought he had more recent wins than guess it was what 2023 or something like that.
2023.
Yeah. Um,
2023.
but he locked it in and obviously emotional. And it's so funny because like golf, take it even down from professional scale, just to us like regular people who get out and just try to play, has a way of controlling your life, right? Because he says, we didn't tell anybody that my wife and I are expecting. We were going to, announce it if I won this weekend. And it's like, why does announcing that
Why?
you're
I
about
don't.
to
I
have a
didn't know he
But
said
they got
that.
to do it anything. Right.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's wild because this is what golf does to people. Like it
If I
takes over their
won.
life, and he's like, "Oh, the perfect time to make this announcement since I'm into the weekend and I'm in the
Uh-huh.
top 10
Oh
is if we
man.
win the tournament, then we'll announce that we're
Yes.
expecting." And that's
Oh.
exactly what they did. Like,
Claude, I didn't know that. I was just getting ready to apologize. I was gonna say like, hey, I called him out, said he's gonna slip up again. His putter was betraying him. He's been putting great. He switched to I think to a mallet, a TaylorMade mallet. I actually got it from I want to say not Tom Kurt Kitayama. He actually bought it off Kurt Kitayama, his the current putter that he's using. And because they were making jokes about it, like, oh, he's gonna owe him some money. But and to your point about we say it every week. It's
that is
hard. It's
also
tough.
the ultimate golf dude thing, getting someone else's putter or driver. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, like that's like us on a random weekend. Oh no, this driver right here, I got this
I
off
switched.
of Lou because he got a new one, so I got this from him, and
Yep.
yeah, I'm hitting it well. Yeah,
It is
Pass
interesting
it
to see the
around.
pros do it too. But so he does all this. He wins. I said what I said in the text. I'm like, I don't think he's gonna do it because he's been slipping up. He closes out, and we say every week, what it's difficult to win on tour. And you
hmm
said emotional. You saw it in that hug. You saw all 2023 up to now, which I've never really seen McCarver emotional like that. Like,
Well, because remember the last time that he lost, he says in the press conference, "I don't owe anybody anything. I don't
yeah,
owe you
Right.
guys time
Yep.
to. I don't owe
Yep.
anybody any."
it came out
Because
though.
matter of fact, he didn't do the press conference
Yeah.
Right.
afterward. And
Yep.
then someone asked him about that at the next tournament. He said, "I don't owe anybody anything, any comments
Hmm.
and stuff like that." It's like, oh, careful,
Yep.
careful, because you don't want the golf gods mad
But
at.
but having said all that, I had all this praise queued up for him. That was it basically. But he said we weren't going to announce it unless I won. So what
Well,
happens?
well,
So if he
well,
loses, well, what do you say?
right. I'm paraphrasing
Right.
because I mean, essentially, what he said was, um, he said this is very special. You know, all the things, especially now that we're expecting. We hadn't told anyone yet, and I thought that this would be a really cool way to announce it.
Oh, okay.
You know, if I had won, and so
Oh,
like
I
kind of
got
like
it.
that. Yeah,
Okay, that makes it
yeah.
different. Like, oh, on
Well,
if I
it
have
kind of makes a difference,
a
but
little bit.
like to me, it's just like when you're in this world of golf, it takes it takes over everything. Like who thinks, oh wow, we're pregnant, we're expecting our first child. If I win this weekend, this would be
He
the
will.
best.
Right.
Like only
On national
golfers
TV.
think that
But it
stuff.
makes
Like
but it makes me think that like I imagine him in the delivery room after it comes out and he's just like he doesn't win that week and he's just like no, straight to the orphanage. Do it again. Run it back. We're going again. I didn't win. And the doctor's like, "Are you sure, Mister?" That's like, "No, I didn't win. I don't care. I don't care."
hopefully not. And I don't mean to throw any other golfers under the bus, but
Oh, man.
it was really cool. You know, his wife came out, of course, and she's hugging him and she's crying her eyes
yeah,
out.
both
You
of
know,
them, yeah.
obviously. And there's sometimes just a straight up, comparison between some golfers' wives and other golfers' wives. And I'll just say we talk about Brooks's wife a lot, and needless to say, she's not like Colin's wife, or
No.
no, she's not.
A
But
little
I
more
do want
depth
to.
there. You think?
So, LB, I want to ask you this because we talk about this a lot with marriage and kids. So, 3 wins. What's your over and under that Collin, once the kid is born, will win 3 more tournaments? Is he going to go over 3 more wins?
Three.
For
Or
his
Three.
for his career?
yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
what are y'all doing?
No,
For his
because we talk about it
career.
anytime someone gets
Yeah.
engaged, like Sahith is, like anytime this happens, we always judge how successful their career will be
Yeah.
based on the fact
Well,
that they have a
if
family.
if you had said over the next 5 years, I'd say no. I'd say under. If
Mhm.
you say for his career,
Career,
then
3.
it's still a stretch, but I
I
will
can't
go
believe
over.
this. What are we
So
For
he'll
doing?
his
get over
career.
10 wins in his career.
Yeah, he'll get 3 more over the rest of his career. Yes, once the baby's born.
Yeah, Vern, what about you?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Of course. I don't think it has any net negative effect on anything. I think if you putt well,
And by the way, we're all pro family. We all have kids and stuff like that. We
yeah,
love dearly.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, we're all pro family and stuff. It's
Well, I don't
just
know about that.
yeah, I was gonna say
you're pro family, LB. Like, come on, you're pro.
I had to
family.
do it all over again. I don't know.
No, Lawrence, what are you talking about?
She doesn't listen to this podcast. It's fine.
Oh no.
Oh goodness, he says these things, people, but he's not really. But again, so I think it was Glenn who sent a text saying, this Scotty versus the field might be a real thing. And I wanted to point out the fact that he places in the top 10% of tournaments almost 50% of the time that he
That's
plays.
ridiculous. Yeah.
And it's like I think like if you had to put money on it, would you go against Scotty? And I think that's what Scotty versus the field is. And I think if you're not there yet, you gotta be close to it, right?
I'll be thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah, and if you don't want to make I get LB. This is our third week talking about this, like not doing the Tiger comparison. So if I could go cross sport a little bit, maybe you just do. Maybe it's closer to like Tom Brady, Claude, or Aaron Rodgers at his height, where like that it's the quarterback with 2 minutes to go. You left him too much time. That's kind of where Scheffler sits for me. So maybe it's not like he's guaranteed to win the tournament, but it's like. Oh, how many shots back is he? 4? Oh no, that's not enough. Like you might not win, but he's going to, like you said, like Mike Myers. You're like, I'm coasting, I'm 2 up, and you're gonna look back, and Scotty's gonna be in the clubhouse looking at you like, I'm tired.
Right. And just like the Mike Myers comparison, there's a bunch of these Halloween series, and they did a remake of all of them. And so,
he persists.
you may have won this week, Collin, but at some point your throat's going to get slashed, and he's going to be on top, and then we're moving on to the next version of.
For those who didn't
Halloween
watch, he
series.
was like, coming into Sunday. I think he was 22nd. He was like, yeah, and then pushed and then went to the tie for first, and it wasn't until Collin had, and again, like the quarterback comparison, you have to beat him. You have
Right.
to
Yeah,
close it out. He's like, nope, I
yeah,
got to a tie for one, and you're gonna have to hold the reins on this until all the way, all the way till the end. And shout out to Colin Morikawa, he did obviously.
He
So
did. He did.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
If as soon as Scheffler, if you go back and look at the last few tournaments, his first round in the last because the last two he came in was second and or third, whatever.
mm-hmm.
Uh, his first rounds was trash. The one first day tournament before last, whatever that one was,
The
he
waste management.
I think it was +2 or something on the first round.
Yeah,
This last one, Pebble Beach, he was even on his
even.
first round. If he just does a pedestrian -3
Mm-hmm.
on the first round,
Mm-hmm.
then he wins
Yeah,
Yep.
basically. You know what I mean? So I'm really curious to see this coming week if he has a good first round because I
yeah,
think that's going to be telling. If he has a good first round, then all bets is off as far as who's winning that tournament because he's played every round. He's gotten better and better and better.
Right.
So yeah, it's crazy to me that he can be so far back and then end up on Sunday with a chance to win. It's
yep.
just yeah, yeah.
He's never out of it. He's never out of it.
He's that.
So we'll
That's what I
get
said. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and we'll get to this upcoming week's tournament for the PGA Tour later in the show. We'll close out with the Genesis, but let's move over to Live. And LB, you had talked about you got this Anthony Kim thing. Shout out to him. After a February of comeback stories with Sam Darnold winning the Super Bowl, you got
Yeah.
Anthony Kim back winning a golf tournament. I've got something a little bit later on about how much do you weigh winning on the Live Tour, but we'll get to that in a second. But he comes back. I mean, and Tiger talked about him this week too, saying
Yeah, he
like,
did.
listen, when this guy was on, like he was
hmm
challenging me, like he could hit every shot, and it seemed easy for him.
Yeah.
But he had his demons and had and addiction and mental health stuff. But now he's back. He's got his family and things like that. And he got his Live Tour. LB, you were following that.
Well, not that's an overstatement that I was
Okay. Well,
following.
you had it had your attention
I paid
briefly.
attention to it. That's probably more after. Well, I did. I was curious because I did with all the talk about this redemption story, this comeback story. So I did go back and just look a little bit to see because I remember him, but I don't. You remember him, but you don't remember him.
Because it was quick. It wasn't a long
Yeah,
time, but yeah.
right. Yeah, he was. It was like a flash. Let's say a flash in the pan type situation. So it's been 12 years since he had played.
Yeah.
They did talk. The one article I looked at briefly talked about his. So when he got injured back 12 years ago or so, um, I think it was his back, whatever he hurt, and he had to have surgery.
Hmm.
So he ended up because he couldn't part of his he had an insurance policy, and because of that, in order to cash in the insurance policy for millions of dollars, he had to not play. He had to sign a document basically saying, "I'll never play golf again," in order to
Mm.
get his money.
Oh,
So
Wow.
he did that. So there's this rumor, but obviously I think Liv when he obviously come back,
Pay
Liv
that
had to
off.
pay
Yeah.
off the policy, whatever, so he
right.
can come back and play. But during that time that he was off, he had spinal fusion surgery, shoulder surgery, hand
Mm.
surgery. And if you follow golf at all, you've heard about his drug and alcohol problems, which the internet, and I put that in quotes, the internet is saying if you've seen pictures of him, you can see there's some deformity in his face, his nose, and his cheeks and his eyes.
Mhm.
It looked like he'd been through the ringer.
Right.
Mhm.
And what the internet is saying that is a result of his habitual drug use, specifically cocaine, that basically collapsed all the cartilage in his nose.
Mhm.
Oh
I'm
Mhm.
not
wow.
laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because he looks funny.
About the same thing, but okay. All right.
It do look funny. He look like a boxer that lost. You know what I mean? He look
Yeah.
like a boxer that got his ass beat. But yeah, so the one guy I was listening to was trying to compare it, was saying this comeback was greater than Tiger's comeback. When all the Tiger had all of his problems and stuff. And when I think about it in that context, Tiger's regression and return wasn't as dramatic
He
as
didn't go as
Anthony.
far. Yeah.
Right. And,
Mm.
and Tiger was still trying to play along the way.
Yeah. It's more of
He
a
played
social thing and
right.
some injury that he
Mhm.
already had. So yeah.
Exactly. And then, with the wife beating him up and all that stuff. So, his was more. made for TV type drama.
Yeah,
Tigers was, as opposed to Anthony's was
real
really in
real
the
stuff.
yeah, real situation there.
Yeah,
So as a human being, I am happy that he was able to get his stuff together, get clean, and make it back to professional golf.
yeah,
The fact that he made it back to live was like, okay,
That's what I'm wondering. That's what
right.
I'm
You know what I
wondering. Do you
mean?
diminish it at all because it was a live tournament and not a PGA Tour?
Right. Well, well, obviously everybody know what I think of live. So yeah, to me that don't mean jack to me. You got a small field, you're playing in shorts and music's playing in the background. Yeah, it's another day at the country club.
Mm-hmm.
So because I don't find live golf, in my opinion, to be that competitive. My opinion.
right.
Okay. Vern, does it being a live tournament diminish it at all for you?
No, not in this case because everything LB just laid out. I mean, he had won a professional golf tournament in 16 years. So this is if he's a I agree with LB for all the like active professional golfers 100%. Can't like if he had won anywhere like on the Asia Tour or on the Corn Ferry, it would have been like I said 2010.
Right.
And like I said, like LB outlined, had to climb a mountain to get back. So to me, any professional win 4 rounds against people who are trying to beat you for real, even if it's a little bit less for the other guys and live, for him, 100% still a huge win. I did. So no, yeah, it doesn't diminish it at all, and I thought it was pretty cool. And for those who don't know, like you said, LB, like I remember Anthony Kim. Anthony Kim was one of my favorites at the time because he kind of came out like right when I started playing golf,
Mm-hmm.
right around really about '09. Like he was popping, he was on the scene. And for those who don't know, he 100% did not look like that. Like LB said, he
Right.
was,
Yeah.
he was a more regular looking guy, and he had I would say Claude like Max Homa energy. Like he was young, he was
Mm-hmm.
signed to Nike, he was
Mm-hmm.
he was cool. He was cool.
Yeah,
He seemed
he
like
was. Yeah, he was
he
real
was
cool.
super
Yeah.
cool, stylish, and seemed like, man, this is gonna be somebody who like, and he's good, so we're gonna be dealing with him for a long time on tour, and he could be like one of the next young gunners on the tour. And it's a shame, what happened to him once his injuries took hold, and everything else in life came crashing down. But to see him get back, no, just winning on a professional tour at all, again, because arguably all the other golfers he's playing against are in cruise control, they're in cruise mode. He had to work
Mm-hmm.
to get here. To your point about the surgeries and paying everything off and everything else, the only place I would say pump the brake, and again, because a lot of the golf world, like the writers and stuff that I'm listening or reading on Golf Digest and Golf.com, are like they've been following the game for a long time and they know him personally and everything else. There was a huge outpouring of celebration and everything else, deserved for the win. But as they tend to do, they get a little ahead of themselves and start asking about like, is there possible for ranking points for the Masters? Just like guys,
Right.
let's slow it
Everybody
all
relax.
the way down. Just hey, he made it back and he won a tournament. Let's be the best at live first. And like get into the before we start talking like Masters and could this mean it's like no, relax, just slow down. Like let's just cherish this one victory that we got.
Okay, so here's what I want to do because again, nothing compares to winning on the PGA Tour. Whether it's a major elevated event or not, winning on the PGA Tour is. I want to rank what it's like to win elsewhere. So we're going to do kind of a tournament style. March Madness is coming up, tournament style.
Okay.
Which one? And we'll start with LB, then we'll go Vern. Which one do you rank higher, winning on the Live Tour or winning on the Corn Ferry Tour? Which one wins, Live or Corn Ferry?
I have to go live.
Okay. Okay.
Man, I guess I'm also going to go live only to not disrespect that Rom and Bryson are there. That is the only reason. I think more people on the Corn Ferry Tour are
Mm-hmm.
grinding, like a larger
Yes.
subsection. It's deeper. I think,
Yeah.
there's nobody there is just like, oh, I'm chill, because nobody's comfortable. But out of
Okay.
respect for Bryson and Rom, because they exist, I will go with the Live Tour.
All right. So then a win on the Live Tour versus a win on the DP World Tour.
DP.
Because Patrick Reed has 2 wins now on the DP,
Yeah.
but he's also on Live. Which one means more, DP or Live? We'll go LB and then we'll go Vern.
I'm going DP because it's a full field event.
Yeah, DP.
It's not.
It's the old
not
Euro
the
Tour,
little
right?
subset. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So Vern, you say the same thing, right?
Yeah, DP. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. All right. So now the one that is the least is Corn Ferry. All right. So what means more to you guys? A win on the Corn Ferry Tour or a hole in one on a simulator?
Went on a corn ferry tour. It's a good
Corn
try.
Ferry.
I'm glad you tried to sneak that in there. I don't know why you're still trying to legislate this and get it passed. Us, we have vetoed it, and it has been off the table.
I'm trying to figure out where I saw this because I just saw another PGA player. Someone was there. Well, somebody else just hit a.
Yeah, it was on what is
No, I know Neil Shipley did it, but we talked about that. Someone
Yeah,
else just did it again, though.
I
But it
thought it was
wasn't
on
like
that
in
simulator,
TGL.
the Tiger
TGL.
simulator thing.
Yeah, no, that was Neil Shipley. But
Oh, okay,
and we talked
okay.
about that last week. But someone else just did it this week, and I should have took a note of it. But it wasn't TGL. It was just like out having fun, and then
right.
and then they.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, so that's still down on the list. Is there
Yeah.
anything? Does it beat anything in golf? Does a hole in one in the simulator beat anything, including not getting a hole in one on a simulator?
No, I mean to me,
Yeah, it beats that. It beats not getting a hole in one in the simulator. Yep.
yes,
It is
yeah,
better than that.
yeah. I don't know how that. To me, that's yeah. I don't even know where to put that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
it's better than not getting
It's
one on a
it's
simulator,
it's
right?
a conversation piece that yeah, I had a whole one time on the simulator, and then
Yeah.
and that's the period, and then you move on to the next
it's a
topic.
Because you
conversation
have
piece
to-
with non-golfers because
Right,
because
exactly.
people who play golf are going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
inside. Oh, okay, well,
And you do have to say simulator. Yeah, I got a hole in one on a simulator.
yeah. Say it
However,
under your breath.
you have to do. You have
Yeah,
to-
I mean, think about this. Say you're out somewhere playing. You at Paint Branch, or you're at what's the one over here, Needwood,
yeah,
on the
the
inside
executive.
nine.
Yeah, or Sligo.
Sligo, you're out there by yourself. You know, after work, you kicking, putting in nine, and you get a hole in one, and you're out there by yourself.
Right.
What
But now-
happens?
Right, but now
You
what
know
if
what
you're
I
at
mean?
Paint Branch, Needwood Executive, any of the non-hole courses
Yep.
on
Northwest.
Potomac or whatever, yeah,
Yep.
Northwest, and you do get a hole in one, and you're with people to witness it? Does that count, even though it's a non-hole par three course?
Yeah, I think that counts.
Yeah.
It still
But
counts.
it's still regular golf.
Oh yeah, it's still regular golf.
Yeah.
My problem
and
is
the,
if
the
you,
ultimate.
if you,
Oh, go ahead, LB.
no, I was gonna say if you're out there by yourself and you have it,
Yeah.
you got to dilemma that.
Yeah,
I mean, because
no one's
people
going to believe it.
you.
Yeah.
First off,
That's a shame too. How you spell
You know
your
what I'm
friends,
saying?
your
That's
closest
messed
golf
up.
friends who know
Right.
your game, and like even if you said
Yeah.
it wasn't, we're not talking like it wasn't like oh a 200-yard 5-iron on water. If I told you reasonably, you've all seen me hit like a pitch. Oh, it was a 125-yard shot at Needwood, and I hit it and it rolled up. It's not unreasonable, but still,
No.
none of you would be just like, nah.
but see,
Right.
here's the problem, though, Vern. What I think would be the problem, and where you won't get credit, is if you're excited for it. See, if you are excited, man, I got a hole in one. Where was it? Oh, it was at Paint Branch. That short par three on hole number 2, where you just got to hit it 90
90
yards.
yards, yeah.
Yeah. And if you're excited about that, your friends are going to be like, that doesn't count. Only because you're excited about it. Like,
Right.
if you couldn't care less,
I
then-
wouldn't hate. I would say, I like LB said, I would even if it was at a par three, even if you were like, to me, it's going to be the veracity is going to be on the shot you had, which makes it worse because the one day that you do hit like a hybrid 180 yards, around a tree or whatever, and it goes in, that's when I'm just going to be like, oh, well, all right, good job. But no one was there to see it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But if you told me, Claude, you hit a 90-yard hole in one, I would celebrate you because I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just totally
as
bad
long
because
as it's as
yeah,
long
because
as
I'm saying
not
like, oh, he can do that.
simulator.
But if I don't think no, as long as it's not a simulator. Simulator don't count. Yeah, but it comes down to like, could he do that? And it's just like, oh yeah, he can do that. If I can't see you doing it, it's gonna be a
Right.
tougher stretch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So far right now, we have at least moved up hole in one on a simulator. Like, it does mean more than not getting a hole in one.
100%. If we were in
Yes.
the sim competing and you did that, I would high five you and I'd be like, oh man, that's dope. Da, da, da. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
But it
absolutely.
doesn't really count.
Yeah, it doesn't leave the
Well, no,
area.
no.
Once we
I mean,
leave
it
there, it
counts- it
evaporates
counts-
into dust.
No, it counts as far as it's better than not doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It means you've
But-
done it. You've hit a hole in one.
But for example, when you do get a hole in one, you're supposed to buy a round of drinks for everybody in the clubhouse, all that kind of nonsense. In your situation, you would not do that.
Yeah.
In a simulator, you wouldn't?
No, I don't think so. No.
All right. Just wondering. All right. Also, as we wrap up the PGA Tour situation, I love the clubhouse stuff when they go in. And so Colin and his wife went in, and the lady in the clubhouse said, "What can I help you guys with?" He says, "Oh, I don't know, whatever she wants, and we'll need some baby stuff too." And so they picked out some baby stuff and put it on social media. But again, it was just so funny because he says, "Yeah, if I won, we were going to announce it, but if not, it's just stuff that golf just takes over your life. It's odd, it's weird, but that's how it
Yeah.
happens." All right, so we've got the Genesis coming up.
Yes. One of
Vernon,
my
and this is
favorites.
one of your favorite
Riviera.
tournaments.
Riviera Country Club. This is it's got like Oakmont vibes, but it's on the schedule every year in terms of being a fair but tough test. The tour again, as we say this every year, this is true of all sports. When the players are into it, right? Like a little bit like I don't want to go cross sport. The All Star thing, it was kind of confusing and weird, but apparently
Mhm.
Wembanyama sized everybody up and they got into it. When they're into it, then the audience gets into it because it's like, oh, they're trying.
Right.
Genesis, the country club at Riviera kind of has that, just like and again, not the classic, super long. Nope, it's designed in like this really unique way. It has these tough holes, um, but the players like playing it, and it's like a prestige event. Really quick, there's a local, who is it, got an exemption? Oh, Max Homa. Max Homa had to get an exemption to get in this one, just like Joel Diamond got an exemption to get into the waste management. Max
Hmm.
Homa, an LA kid, Riviera in LA, and I saw an interview with him talking about it and paraphrasing. He was just like, yeah, it would have been really, if I missed this one, it didn't take much for him to get it, but he was like, yeah, it would have been like really, I would have been really upset if I had missed this one or whatever. So,
Hmm.
um, and I think he's won the event one time. I think he
Yeah.
2021. Yeah.
When Tiger first started hosting, I believe
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. 2021. So, but I have before I'm just go over the odds real quick and just kind of. But I do want to legislate something here after we legislated the sim thing. Not that's tabled, that's out. I want to know who, because we kind of have a situation of co-champions here, co-defending champions coming in, and I want you guys ruling on who actually is the champion. First, we'll go with LB. LB, Ludwig Oberg won the Genesis Invitational last year, but the
But it was at
it was at Torrey Pines. It was at Torrey
right,
Pines South because of the LA fires. The
right.
last person to win at Riviera was Hideki Matsuyama, who won in 2024.
Hmm.
We cannot say defending champion for both of these guys. So in your mind, which one of these guys is the actual defending champion now that the Genesis
Well,
is
I'm sorry. Say that again, Vern.
so the Genesis Invitational last winner was Ludwig
Hmm.
Oberg, but they had to
Hmm.
play the tournament at Torrey Pines South, not at Riviera because of the
Okay.
LA wildfires.
Right,
The
right, right,
last
right.
guy to win at Riviera, like it is now, like at the Genesis,
Hmm.
excuse me, at Riviera was Hideki in
Right. Was the
2024.
decade. Yeah.
Mhm.
So we can't have co-champions. We're not doing what was that, Miami and who was it,
Oh yeah,
Oklahoma or
college
whatever they
football. Yeah,
did.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. In the
nonsense. We're not doing
90s.
co-defending champions. So in
Hmm.
your mind, this week, who is the defending champion? LB, is it Ludwig for being the defender of the Genesis Invitational, or Hideki for having last won at Riviera?
Oh, I'm going to answer, but then I have a question
Okay.
too. Um, I- I'm going to go with Hideki because it's well, no, that's a difficult one.
Okay.
Um,
Claude, what do you think?
yeah,
I'm gonna go with Ludwig because as
Really?
far as we know, Oberg didn't start the fires, and he
as
played
far
where
as we
everybody.
know,
I'm not.
As
No,
far
no.
as-
I want to be clear. I'm not taking the win away, but I'm saying
yeah,
this week, if we're on the broadcast and I have to, I'm. Listen, I'm gonna be stubborn old guy. I'm not saying defending champion for both of them. I'm gonna make a declaration. I'm gonna tell you
no,
who I
no, it's got
have.
to be Oberg. It's got to be Oberg because
Really?
he won because
won
Genesis
the
Technically won the
tournament.
Genesis
Yeah, I
Invitational.
mean, when the U.S. Open and the Open Championship, they rotate all the time, and
Yeah,
it's not
Well,
about who's the defending.
but that's known though. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
so no, what it is Oberg's the defending champion.
I
The
Mhm.
guess
last time it
I
was
don't know.
played at Riviera, Hideki won. That's what
So
it is.
for me, Hideki Matsuyama is the defending champion
right.
of this
Because
iteration
he
of the
won it at
tournament.
that course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
You got
That
Oberg.
doesn't make any sense. And
It
so,
does make sense. Hey, listen, Oberg won it. He won the Farmers Insurance secondary tournament at
no,
Torrey
that's
Pines.
not what. That's
Yeah,
not.
I don't care what the tournament invitational is called. Who was the last person to win at this? You know what? If it was any other course, I might not feel that way. But um, his
Why does
best win,
Riviera have you feeling this way?
his best win is listen. You know where he finished in 2024 when Hideki
Who?
won?
Uh huh.
Oberg 19th. Yeah, that's his best win there. So to me, I'm not gonna disrespect Hideki. So here,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like what I imagine is there's a text thread with Hideki and Oberg on it, and they just take shots at each other, just like, hey man, congratulations on being a defender of the Genesis Invitational asterisk at Torrey Pines. But this week it's me because I was the last one to win here when you placed
Right.
19th.
I
So,
went on this course.
yeah, but yeah, it was cool that you won on
No.
Torrey Pines where it's wide open and cool. Like this had me being petty and thinking about the kind of stuff that we would do in our group. If this was like, if this was two of us, it's like, yeah, Torrey Pines, it's all right. Big old green.
And speaking of our group, like everybody thinks it's funny to not count hole in ones on simulators
Here we
until
go.
you get one, and then
Now my
you'll
one's
be on
LB.
my side. and so of course, if you've never won the Genesis Open, whether it's at Riviera, whether it's at Torrey
No one
Pines,
else can talk.
or
No
whether
one
it's
else
at
can say it.
or whether it's at Enterprise.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't won it, then you're like, oh no, it should be Hideki. But it's like, no, but if you won it, it just wasn't at Riviera. You're like,
Yeah.
defending
The
champion.
only people who can say that, other people who haven't won it can't say that. But Max Homa can say Max Homa probably identifies Hideki as the champion because he
Yep.
and I both won at this
Right,
course.
right.
But I'm glad that you had a good time in Torrey Pines.
That's so it wasn't the real one.
It wasn't the real one. So really quick before I get to the odds, just before we close out, I learned this just today. I didn't realize this, and I'm so glad this starts tomorrow. The par 3 fourth hole has been extended by 40 yards to a whopping 270 yards.
270 par three.
Yeah, that's the one I saw him on when I was watching the other day. They were the practice rounds. They were hitting driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different game, man.
Yeah.
It's a
It
different
absolutely
game.
is. It absolutely is. So yeah, I'm gonna pull up these odds here if you want to.
Okay, yeah. So just one quick thing before Vern gets to the odds. The LPGA is in Thailand for the Honda there. And I'm trying to, so I don't know what TV coverage is going to be. It's either going to be, so we're recording this on Wednesday, the 18th. It's either going to start 10 p.m. on the 18th or 5 a.m. on the 19th. I think it's 10 p.m., but I don't know who's covering it. Like, again, the LPGA website is one thing, but then also like TV coverage with like the Golf Channel and stuff. It's just weird how sometimes the LPGA can be having a live round and they will tape it and then play it back as opposed to playing it live. It's
Yeah. So I'm looking now. Starting actually tonight, it'll be on at 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern time
on Golf Channel or
on Golf Channel. Yep.
I'm not going to get a lot of sleep.
Yeah. 10 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow, Friday. Friday comes on at 10:30 p.m.
Okay.
And then Saturday, the final round is 10:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. Saturday.
Saturday will work. I'm working a DC United soccer game. And so by the time I get out the game, I'll be able to watch the final round. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking. Artie Jachanagarn was the 2021 winner at the Honda LPGA Thailand. I might check out some of that myself. They're more enjoyable than no, that's not true.
Well, you've got a flexible schedule, LB. Just take a nap and then you wake up,
Really
have some snacks and stuff like that, and watch golf till you fall asleep.
eat my old man butter pecan ice cream while I'm watching.
There you go. Now, LB, one quick question before Vern gets to the odds. When you're eating your ice cream, do you put it in a bowl or you just take the ice cream out and just have a spoon inside of the container that it's in? Because you're retired, you do whatever you want to do.
Right. So as of late, like the last couple of weeks, I've been using it straight out of the carton. I don't.
Why not?
Carol doesn't like that kind. She eats some of a rocky coconut, not some coffee crap flavor. I'm not eating that mess. So I'm like, well, why am I putting it in a bowl if there's nobody eating it but me? So
Right.
It's mine.
I appreciate that. You know what? I get criticized, this is really quick while we're here, by my wife because I'm the only one in the house who eats grits. So when I make a pot of grits, I love grits too. I make a pot of grits, I just eat the grits out the pot. And Keisha's like, "What are you doing? You look like listen. This is the show.
Like
if you're listening to the show, you know who we are." She's like, "You look like you were from 1896.
Right.
She said we've been.
I got a 15-minute break with Masago and let me eat some grits.
She said she comes down and tells me we're free. Please put it in a bowl. I'm like, Keish, and I give her LB logic. I'm like, I'm not. I also do. I'm the kitchen guy. I do the cooking.
Right.
And all
I
that.
do the dishes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'm not burning up another bowl for a bunch of people that ain't going to eat no grits. I'm just going to eat the grits out the pot. So that's what it is.
Now I will say this though. I will say this in Keisha's defense. And LB, you can verify this. Vern seems to be the least likely person of anyone we know to eat anything out of a pot. Like he seems like he'd be the one that would plate it
Be very
nicely
particular.
and
Right.
the
Walking the
presentation.
spoon on each side of the
Right out the
And
pot.
so you probably shock her, like, who in the world is that? And it's like,
I take it downstairs with the heat, because I'll take it right off the joint and bring the little pot holder and set it
Yep.
next to me while I'm watching TV and just bang. And she just shakes her head. I'm just like, hey, don't judge.
So I got a grit.
that would be, but LB, but Vern is the
Okay.
least likely to eat grits right out of a pot, though, right? Like out of it.
Even I don't do that. I put mine in the bowl.
Oh,
You'd be the least likely. So I'm shocked too. But anyway,
so uncivilized.
Yeah.
So you eat your grits just a bowl of grits, no side stuff.
no. I'll, like sometimes either some hash browns or some bacon or
Okay,
eggs
okay,
or something like that.
Yeah, because what I've been doing as of late, I've been putting my eggs, my scrambled eggs, and my sausage, and mix it all up into a big mound
of grits.
Yeah, grits and eggs and sausage.
The sausage I might do, but most of the time, if I'm going savory, we're gonna take a little detour. If I'm going savory, then I'll just do cheese only, and then I'll have the stuff on the side. But sausage, I could dice up. And
cut it up and put it right in there and mix it up, man. It's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I was gonna say, Vern, you strike me as someone who's like, I'm definitely not putting anything in my grits. Like I'm not putting eggs, I'm not putting sausage.
Eggs is too far, but sausage I can get with.
I love it. I love it. It's like a grit bowl from Waffle House. They sell that now at the Waffle House, a grit bowl.
Grit bowl. All right.
Yeah. You put whatever you want in, it's all mixed into a big, one big.
Nobody does the sugar foolishness, right? I mean, we're basically salt, pepper.
No, I put sugar in mine.
Yeah.
Listen, butter and sugar. Yeah.
Listen, it depends. It depends, Claude. There's savory. So sometimes for me, grits, cream of wheat, and oatmeal sit in the cereal category. Mm-hmm. And if I want to go sweet, sometimes there have been days where it's like, I'll basically dress grits the way somebody would dress cream of wheat sometimes and just eat it like that and then push on. Other times, if I got like a full breakfast or something like that, then I go savory and it's a side with the other stuff. But yeah, no, it's a cereal, so I'll hook it up.
It's the process.
I've been criticized for that before, though. Trust
with
100%.
Sugar, though. You guys
I do sugar. I like brown sugar personally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it makes my grits turn a little brown.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna take because I have for a long time. Mm-hmm. All right, now food segment done with Golf DMV. So really quick for the Genesis Invitational, these odds, which I don't know why I'm pressed to get to them because no one's gonna bet on this but me. But Scotty, just so you know where the markets are. Obviously, no question, Scotty, at 3-1, 305-1. Proving my point though, fourth down on the odds at 21-1 is Hideki Matsuyama. As I look here at the top 15, I don't see Ludwig Oberg. Oh, here he is, way down here at 41-1 because he's never won here before.
And he hasn't had a great start to this season.
I like Ludwig. I'm glad you won for Hyundai, but somewhere else. You didn't win the Riviera. Obviously, Rory number 2. There's been a lot of talk about the same way they do the hopium for like the Masters and stuff, and he finally got it. Oh, is this Rory's year to win at Riviera? Because I guess he never has. So yeah, Scotty, Rory, Xander, Hideki, and Tommy Fleetwood, who's been playing well. Round out your top 5. Somehow Cantley's in there because I guess he just plays well all the time. Chris Gotterup, Collin Morikawa down here.
Gotterup, he plays well all the time as well. Gotterup,
the 8th spot, consistent. And then finishing out top 10 with like Cam Young, Russell Henley, which surprised me a little bit, and Siwoo Kim. Sam Burns is there in the 11th spot, who again he was in the mix and just started. He had been putting lights out at Pebble Beach, and then towards the end on Sunday, it started uncharacteristically missing like 4-footers and 5-footers, like the type of putts that get like audible kind of groans from the announcers, where it's like, ooh, like what's that? And again, it's hard to close out, man. It's hard to close, and he was the best putter on tour last year, so explain that. But anyway, so yeah, if you want to take a look at the betting odds, they all favor obviously your top 10 guys. The guys have been playing best these last couple of tournaments or whatever. So should be an interesting tournament. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, we'll have more on that next week, and also the LPGA and all other kind of things. One last thing before we step out, I had text Vern and I said March 15th is coming, and he said, "Yep." And he says, "But remind me why that date's important." And it's funny because it's the date that the handicap system season starts in Maryland. Because I'm just really feeling like I can't wait for this season to kind of
You were the last person I would ever expect to know that date.
And that's why I was like,
that way.
if Glenn or Matt or Mike or Aaron sent this and many others in the group sent that to Vern, he would know exactly what they're talking about. But
Yeah.
because it was me, he was like, "Oh well, Clark
I was
can't be
like, "Are we
talking about the
doing
golf
something? Do we have a
handicap
live
season."
recording?" Or...
Right.
All right.
Is there
But
something
hell,
else?
when you just said it, I was thinking taxes. I was like,
Yeah, I was doing a bunch of stuff. I was like, oh, did I commit to something that I hadn't
What are you
realized?
talking about? Did I say I was going to help them come down and feed the homeless?
Yeah.
Did on that date? Did I? And it's like, no, it's that golf handicap system. But if anybody else sent him that, he would know exactly what they're talking about. But with
I'm
me, it's
glad
like,
you're
oh
excited
no,
though.
there's
I'm
no
glad you're
way he's
ready to
talking
go.
about golf. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not that, but it is. All right. So
Hold on,
we'll
two
be
more
back.
things before you leave.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Do you think I'll be?
Well, one, I'm just looking at the LPGA tournament this week. Danielle Kane got a sponsor exemption, so she's going to be playing. I'm
Okay.
interested to see how she does. And
Because she
then,
had a lot going on, injuries and all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Did she get married too or something? Maybe that took her. I don't know. That's always the downfall of people, marriage,
Okay. Okay. All right.
marriage and kids. But the other thing I wanted to say shout out to our sponsors.
Yes.
Cache Spine and Sports. Remember them?
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to you, Clark.
Oh yeah,
I don't do that.
Love
I don't
Life
do that,
Coffee
Reese.
and Laurel.
Yeah.
Uh, shout out to Love Life Coffee there in Laurel. And again, the last time we were there for the live recording, they said you guys instead of, you don't have to just live record all the time. You want to have a social here, watch something. So we should try to get something together, whether it's for
We say that every week and we do nothing
no,
about
but we've got to put something on the books. It might be easier just trying to get one of the masters like that week or that weekend, or maybe even for the NCAA tournament. Do a little
I like
hookup
that.
down there
March
for a
Madness.
couple of
Oh yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. Because
Yeah.
that might be
That'll be
actually
dope.
that
They'll
might
be
be
open
better.
during the day and stuff like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And so yeah, we'll hook that up. Go to the show notes. You'll get a link there. Go to our website as well. But it's Love Life Coffee. Love them, and also Cache Spon Sports. Listen again, March 15th.
Starting.
Vern, what does that date means?
Handicap season begins.
Exactly. And so you want to make sure you got the back right, the neck right, all things health, and check out Cache Spine Sports in Silver Spring, Maryland, and she'll make sure that you're good to go. Now, really before we close, so Danielle King is not married. She was dating Maverick McNeely, but they
Oh.
ended their relationship in 2021. Maverick is now married. He
Mm.
got married in 2023, but not Danielle.
Quick turnaround.
Yeah,
Yeah. I can see
very quick turnaround.
Danielle. Oh, you wanted to get married, you just didn't want to get married to me.
Hmm. So now she's back with a vengeance. And I love Danielle King,
Yeah,
man.
she's
I do.
good.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
good. All right.
And
So we'll come
Patty
back.
T is out in the field. That's interesting. I'm sorry.
We'll come back with more golf news and wedding news and
Yes, the
who's
babies and all
expecting
that.
and
Yeah.
things like that on Golf TV. And we'll try to lock in something with Love Life Coffee. Just it may not even be a live recording. We'll just get together
I'll
and do
stop past it. I will make it my duty
it. Hmm.
to stop past there between now and the next show and talk
Inquire
to Magdalena and or Adia and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, let's
All
see
right.
what's the best thing because it could be the NCAA tournament. That would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
We might have to get a couple other TVs in there. We can work that out though. I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's start with
Yeah.
getting the visit down first.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing at a time.
We'll work that out first. All right, guys. It's Golf DMV.